Hello, welcome to Vokèra's London Colony Training Centre. My name is David Ischek, I'm the technical trainer. Today we'll be looking at our dual weather compensation feature that can be fitted to our Vision Plus combination boiler. Our Vision Plus combination boilers have embedded software. We've spoken in the other video about embedded timer. The Vision Plus also has embedded weather compensation software. Now we can use the embedded timer to switch a heating system on and off in the conventional manner. But when it's combined with the embedded weather compensation software, it makes a very efficient package. Many competitor brands of weather compensation software are very basic. It simply adjusts the boiler flow temperature to match the external conditions, but then turns the boiler off. Ours will switch between a comfort level and an economy or setback level. Weather compensation uses an external sensor to provide the boiler with the outside temperature. The boiler then adjusts its flow temperature to the radiators or heating system accordingly. So the boiler adjusts its own flow temperature in ratio with the external temperature. The colder the day, the hotter the flow temperature, the cooler or milder the day, the cooler the flow temperature. This is important because with condensing boilers, the cooler they run, the more efficient they become. If we're using a boiler simply on-off, it runs much hotter and loses some of the potential efficiencies that weather compensation provides. In on-off mode, so weather compensation, no weather compensation, the house grows cold. That means the heating system has to work harder to reheat the house, in fact overheating the house slightly as it tries to catch up when the heating system switches on. With our dual temperature weather compensation, it simply switches between a comfort level and an economy level, meaning a smoother operation. When weather compensation is utilised, it assumes it will achieve an internal temperature of 20 degrees for comfort and 16 to 17 degrees in setback or economy. And at any time, either of these two temperatures can be adjusted by the user with a couple of button presses. Let me now show you how to set up dual temperature weather compensation. There are only a few steps in setting up our weather compensation. First, we must wake up the screen. Any button press will do that. You can see the boiler knows there's an external sensor already connected. We first have to enable that sensor, let the boiler know that sensor is going to be used. We need to get into parameters for that. So to get into parameters, we need to press and hold the menu button for 2 seconds, then release. To get into the parameter set we need, which is P4, we need to press and hold that button, the menu button, again for a further 2 seconds, and a password is requested. The password we need is 18. So using the top right, the plus button on the top right, select 18, press top left to enter, and we can now use top right to scroll to P4, parameter set 4. Press top left to enter. We now need to go to parameter P4 18. Press top left to enter. By default, the boiler comes with the software disabled, so we must enable it. So we change the 0 to a 1 by using the plus button on the right. When we've changed that parameter, confirm by pressing menu. Now we move to parameter 19. Press enter. This shows the current climatic curve. At this point, I suggest we leave it as it is. You can adjust it later, lower hopefully, but leave it as it is. So I'll confirm, and I'm now going to select parameter 20. Parameter 20 is night compensation, our setback or economy setting. This will mean the boiler will run at a lower temperature when the timer says stop. So I need to enable that by changing 0 to 1. Press enter. That's confirmed that, and by repeatedly pressing bottom left, the minus button, we can return to the main screen. Now, when the timer is in an on position, the boiler will be firing to achieve a comfort temperature. When the timer is in an off position, the boiler will be firing to maintain a setback or economy temperature. If at any time those settings are you're too warm or not warm enough, let's enable central heating. Boiler will fire. Now, when you're pressing these buttons here, you can increase that typical 20 degrees by 5 degrees up or 5 degrees below, and you can apply that 5-degree adjustment to the comfort temperature or the setback temperature. Now we've got dual temperature set up on our Vision Plus boiler. The boiler will calculate a temperature necessary to put heat into the heating system to achieve a nominal 20 degrees at comfort and 16 or 17 degrees at setback or economy. If those temperatures are not to the customer's liking, simply use the buttons on the right to increase, that's the nominal 20 degrees, to increase it in 1 degree increments to 25 degrees, or in 1 degree increments to 15 degrees. That can be done at any time, either to the comfort level or the setback level. The boiler's still running, so what we can do is interrogate the information the boiler can offer. So a brief press on the menu button will open up some information. If we scroll to information 09, press top left to enter, it is determining the external temperature is 12 degrees. That seems about reasonable at the moment. So let's leave that setting, go to information 10, enter. The boiler has software that it can sometimes make a slight adjustment to the external temperature on past performance of the heating system. In this instance, it's not making any adjustment. We call it a filtered reading. Leave that setting and we can scroll to setting 16, press enter. This is the flow temperature. The boiler is actually determined that that is the temperature it will deliver heat to the heating system at. I hope this has been useful. Thank you very much.